Good evening and welcome to the July 22nd, 2020 meeting of the Community Preservation Committee. I will call the meeting to order. This meeting is available live on Whitman Hanson Cable Access. Tonight we have a quorum with members in attendance: John Kemet, Patty Norton, Aaron Duclos, Phil Clemens, and Tom Hickey. I'll go to chairman's update. First item on the agenda is to say welcome back. To see you all. It's been a while since we've been able to meet under the circumstances. And when we are able to schedule another meeting, we'll have a more robust agenda and talk about reorganization, as that is typically an annual item that the committee takes up at its June meeting. For now, we'll go to the main item of the agenda, which is a review of the town meeting articles. I want to thank John Kemet for his role in going through the dry run with other town meeting articles with the Board of Selectmen and others earlier this week. We have a historical markers article on the agenda that this committee has already put as on record as recommending. We don't need to take any additional action tonight. Other town meeting article we have is an annual article that we need to have on record showing that we support it, and that is the annual appropriation. What John explained and what John took the lead on the other night, and I'd ask John can certainly speak to it, but we'll just need to entertain a motion. And John, if I have the exact numbers in front of me, if it would be easier for me to at least read it off if you wanted to respond to that, or if you have that, by all means, you could speak to that now if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have any paperwork with me.
No, totally understandable. So every year we have to get through a vote of the town meeting an appropriation into the required Community Preservation Act funds, as well as funds for our administrative expenses. So the recommendation to the committee tonight that we appropriate from estimated fiscal 2021 revenues the following: $10,000 for the committee's administrative expenses, $30,000 for the Historic Resources Reserve, $30,000 for Community Housing Reserve, $30,000 for Open Space Reserve. So I would entertain a motion on that.
I'll second that.
Well, I will also second, or I will, yes, positive for that.
That's a motion from John, second from Patty. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll take a roll call vote asking for your vote on this matter. John?
John Kemet, aye.
Patty?
Aye.
Phil?
Aye.
Aaron?
Aye.
And I am also aye. So that passes 5-0. Thank you for that information. Thank you for that. Next item on the agenda is to offer anyone who's in attendance the ability to give a brief update on any of the existing CPC projects. This is something we always keep on our agenda, and I will go down the list, and I think as I look at the list, it's probably going to be the Phil Clemens show if he has any recent updates. So Phil, I'll take you down the list here. I'll pass on the North End cabins, as that's Diane's brain with recreation, and I'll pass Bonnie House, as that is something Alan can speak to at a future meeting. Thomas Mill conservation restriction, Phil.
Okay, I'll pick it up here. Actually, I would say on the Bonnie House that the final Plymouth County Hospital Reuse Committee remains alert for anything in that area, because being on the same property, although it's being managed as a separate project, we see any progress there as being consistent with good final reuse goals. So that simply is there and on alert. Thomas Mill conservation restriction, not yet concluded. It's been a very difficult few months for communication with the Wildlands Trust or any other parties on this. So I just don't have any update on that. The Botiri Town Forest project, as we know, the Town Forest portion is complete. And I have a proposal for working with the Parks and Fields for their small remaining portion, which is primarily putting up a sign. I wonder, Tom, if you could reach out to the chair of that committee and have them appoint a liaison person, so that person and I can simply take this thing by the horns and get it done. It's simply a matter of arranging to have a sign installed that we already possess. So that should be simple, but it would simplify it for me if I had one person to work with. Just a thought.
Thank you, Phil. As a matter of fact, just so I can make note for anyone listening, Eric Olson has joined the meeting, and Eric is the Parks and Fields rep. And Eric, would it be logical for you to be that contact for Phil?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry I'm late, guys. I was picking up a kid.
No worries. So that would be great. Phil and Eric can talk about next step in closing out that project.
Great.
Yeah,
that'll be good. And I think jointly we'll be able to get it done and hopefully have a positive report next time we gather.
Great. Thank you.
On the PCH Park Engineering Plan, the final Plymouth County Hospital Use Chair, Don Ellis, indicates that it's been difficult to move ahead with getting specific engineering plans done because of not only financial challenges of the town, but meeting challenges. And he anticipates that there may be something that'll be prepared for the October special town meeting that will help all of us know where we stand with the next necessary engineering plan steps for the park. So it's vague, but that is the status of that right now.
Thank you.
And the final thing, Sleeper Preserve project, I have some very good news on that. In late June, after a significant effort by many people, especially our town planner, Deb Petty, the Hanson Open Space and Recreation Plan was finally completely approved by the State Division of Conservation Services. That's the necessary step for us to actually receive funds. As we all know, we received a sizable grant for acquiring the Sleeper Preserve, but we could not receive funds until the plan was approved. So since then, we have had, our town administrator has signed a contract with the state, which is the mechanism by which funds will be transferred to the town. So that contract has been executed, and we're now, with confidence, we can spend money on the last few steps prior to the acquisition, namely have either town council or another party confirm the title is clear, do a brief environmental assessment and a survey of the property. With those done, we will be actually moved to the actual conveyance of it. But with the approved plan and the signed contract with the state, we've removed barriers that to do anything before that would have been premature and risky, but we're now confident that we can do all these other steps and look forward to completing it. We have, the state says we have until June 30th of 2021 to complete it. Our goal is to complete this acquisition far before that date. So stay tuned.
Oh, congratulations. That's great, Phil. That approved that approved plan that you mentioned, is that something that's available on the town website?
It will be, I think, in fairly short order. We've had so many versions of it, as some people, John may remember this too. We've been working on it for more than 2 years. Fortunately, it still has almost 5 years of shelf life left on it. And Deb Petty, the town planner, is coordinating not only the hard copies of this, but also the availability on the website, since it is basically a planning document. So that's a good question, which I will bring to her. And as soon as that is available by means of the town website, I'll let all parties know.
Thank you, Phil. Thanks for all those updates. Folks, I promise you this would be a necessary and brief meeting, and we've reached the end of our agenda. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Second.
Motion by Patty.
Second by Phil.
And second by Phil. Any discussion? Okay, we'll call the roll to see if there's any disagreement here. Patty.
No. Please, yes, we move to adjourn.
John,
I approve them. I'm all set.
thank you. Karen,
Approve.
Eric,
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Bill,
I approve.
and I do as well. Okay, thank you all very much. We'll be in touch about our next meeting date. Good to see you all. Thanks again, and thanks to the folks from Whitman Hanson Cable Access.
Thank you. Bye.